Very happy new year, guys. तुम्हाला सगळ्यांना 2022च्या हार्दिक शुभेच्छा. आणि हे नवीन वर्ष तुम्हाला सुखाचं, समाधानाचं, आरोग्यदायी आणि भरभराटी अशी अशी हार्दिक इच्छा, हार्दिक शुभेच्छा. ऑल द व्हेरी बेस्ट. ओके गाईज.
खूप खूप शुभेच्छा मॅम तुम्हाला.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, let's get started, guys, on a first day of New Year. So, what we are going to do is today, we are going to revise your generic syntax. What we had started yesterday, we'll continue with the same, and then we are going to enter the sets. And the most important topic of today is going to be hashing algorithm and understanding it inside out. So let's start with let's start with our this generic syntax revision. So you already know generics is nothing but parameterized types. I'm recapping. I'm not written this here. So generic types are nothing but parameterized types. Generic information you can supply at the class level, which is nothing but generic classes. Examples are array list, linked list, vector, HashSet, LinkedHashSet, TreeSet, HashMap, etc. You can apply the generic syntax or type parameterized types to interface. Entire collection framework is full of them. For example, collection, iterable, iterator, list, set, map, etc. Then yesterday we had a look at generic methods, where the generic syntax or the type declaration can come into within a method declaration. Those are your generic methods, which can belong to a non-generic class. And a specialized form of a method is a constructor. So you can also expect to see the generic syntax in the constructor. So that is where your generic syntax. So if you remember long back, we had discussed why generics. So is generic information meant for compiler or meant for JVM, or both or neither? It is only meant for compiler. If you remember, by supplying the generic information, you're telling the compiler about actual runtime types. Okay, so that what are the two distinct advantages of generics? It avoids unnecessary typecasting. So after adding the generic syntax, if you are doing somewhere the checking of instance of checking and typecasting, you're definitely doing something wrong. The whole purpose, the whole idea behind the generics is to get rid of typecasting, downcasting. And the other one is, other advantage of it is, you will never get an exception, namely class cast exception. So I hope you remember, class cast exception can arise only if you have done the invalid casting. So since you are informing the compiler about the true types, if you do the type mismatch, the errors are caught by the compiler itself or at the compilation stage itself. So you'll never get into class cast exception. Those were the basics we had discussed pretty long back. And yesterday I told you there are 3 additional keywords. One is question mark, one is extends, and the last one is super. So let me revise that, and we'll go through yesterday's examples. We'll revise what we said yesterday, and I'll take you further also. So here, when you talk about question mark, I'm not talking about question mark in regex, regular expressions and all. I'm just talking it in a generic syntax. What it means is wildcard. So why question mark? To offer the flexibility. So let me ask you a question. I hope, I don't know whether you had time yesterday, but I hope you were attentive yesterday in the class, so you can answer directly. So does the inheritance, like how we have the inheritance in a regular world of object-oriented practices, does it work in the same manner in generics? Answer is absolutely not. Means what? Object type of a reference can refer to any subtype. You always think in Java. For example, object O is equal to new manager. Object O is equal to new string, new customer, new employee, anything. But So this is well-known fact about your polymorphism, upcasting and everything. But if you create list of objects, is it going to be the super type of list of managers? It's a Boolean question. Yes or no? Answer is 100% not. So if you want to mix, if you want to offer the flexibility that you want to add you want to create the list of employees where you can assign it to list of managers, list of HR managers, list of workers, etc. You have to use the question mark as in wildcard. So when you say only question mark, is it a bounded wildcard or is it an unbounded wildcard? Answer is unbounded. Unbounded means what? It has neither upper bound nor the lower bound. Okay. And if you see, I hope you have logged in. Guys, now every day, it goes without saying, please log in with your computers. If you cannot code along, that is fine. I can understand that because maybe the speed of typing and all can differ. But at least keep logged in, not on this thing, keep logged in with the computer. So at least you can look at the Java docs. So if you open a collections class, yesterday we had looked at two methods. One was shuffle. There are plenty of them. I'm just talking about easy ones. So the moment you say shuffle, and here when you say list of question mark, can this question mark be replaced by string, number, integer, customer, fruits, flowers, etc.? Answer is yes to all of above. Because this question mark is nothing but a wildcard, which can be substituted by, which can be replaced by any type. So this was the example of your unbounded wildcard. And similarly, we are also looked at reversal. The reverse method. And you saw that it is the same. So here it can take the list of any type and reverses the order. So when you print the list contents, it will be printed in the reverse order. So question mark is unbounded wildcard. And I hope you have looked at it, or if you have not looked at it, you can look at it right now with me, no issues. So here we had written our own generic method. So first question, can generic methods exist in a non-generic class like generic utils? 100% yes. And always whenever you are answering an interview, quote example. Example is arrays class, collections class. Those are non-generic classes, but do contain generic method. So I'll revise the generic method separately here. So as you can see, this is not regarded as the generic method only when the method has the type declaration along with its method declaration, then it is called as the generic method. So here, there are both the versions I'll show you. So coming back to the point, when you say list of question mark, this question mark implicitly refers to what? Nothing but the object universal superclass. So this is where we had used a method. We had written a method with a wildcard, unbounded wildcard to print out the contents of any list. So let me just ask you a small question to check whether you are there or not. So this method, can I use this particular method to display the contents of array list, linked list, vector? It's a Boolean question, yes or no? Answer is 100% yes. But can I use it to display the contents of HashSet? That is a set implementation class. HashSet, LinkedHashSet, and a TreeSet. Answer is no. So I want that answer to be converted to yes. So what is the question I'm asking you? Can you modify this method so that it can display the contents of any set or any list as well? Anyone wants to tell me? I'll give you the clue. The change is in line number 10. Not extends, wrong answer. Tell me. Yes, exactly. Here the answer of collection is right. Guys, here when you say list, it is only applicable to array list, linked list, vector. So which is the super type, which is the super interface of list, which is a collection. And collection is extended by what? Collection is extended by list as well as set. So I'm not doing the changes. You can try it out yourself. So you just replace this list by collection of question mark type. And then this remains exactly the same. And you tell me, is HashSet a collection? Yes, HashSet is a set, is a collection. And likewise, LinkedHashSet as well as TreeSet. So you see, it becomes so easy. So this was about, besides the point. Now, in some cases, can you replace this wildcard by the parameterized type? 100% yes. In some cases, yes. In some cases, no. So I have shown you already. Whenever we had written that tester, there I had to say array list. I could not say array list of type T. I had to give the wildcard notation. So coming back to the point, is this the example of a generic method? Is this a generic method? A Boolean question again. 100% yes. How do you understand it? You should look at carefully its method declaration. Is it containing any parameterized types? Answer is yes. It is containing a type T. And here, the moment you have type T, you don't have to go to objects. See the differences between a question mark and the type parameterized types. So here I'm referring to type T, and T is taken from this particular argument. But when you talk about parameterized types, how can you start directly using this parameterized type? Impossible. So you will have to first declare it. So where does the type declaration sit, or where does it fit? Answer is between the method modifiers. It can be static method, it can be non-static method, and the return type. And later I'll show you more examples and you'll get a better picture, better idea. Exactly, method modifier and the return type is a very right answer. So this is what we had talked about, we had looked at. Now look at the further things. But so we had looked at this. But is this all, or are there more keywords in the generic syntax? Answer is yes, there are more keywords. So there are two keywords you are learning today. One is extends and one is super. So when you say extends keyword represents the upper bound. Okay. And super keyword represents the lower bound. So guys, take this little slow. I'm taking it little slow because I know it is it is little complex syntax. Not complex syntax, understanding wise it is little complex. So we'll spend good time on that. Don't worry. So anywhere you see question mark, I'm just using with the wildcard, question mark extends E. So if it was only question mark, you have the full freedom, no restrictions, unrestricted. So question mark could be replaced by any type. But the moment I say question mark extends E, are we having a bounded wildcard or unbounded wildcard? Bounded or unbounded? Of course, bounded. And is it having an upper bound U or lower bound L? It's an upper bound. And what is the meaning of it? It is inclusive of that bound. So it means any type, question mark is any type, but not really any type. It can be only E or its subtype. Guys, when you talk about E's and K's and T's and V's, you don't understand. So why don't you replace E by, let's say, employee? So can anyone tell me, when you see the method declaration as question mark extends employee, what does it mean? What all I can pass in its place? Waiting for the answer. Question mark extends employee. Yes, employee and its subtype. Okay, so that is, or basically it's not and, yes, exactly, employee, manager, worker, or I can go even below the hierarchy, sales manager, HR manager, temporary worker, permanent worker, anything. So that is your upper bound. And I'm giving you a thumb rule. It's not a thumb rule, it's an actual thing. If you want to treat a collection as a read-only means you want to get the elements out of it, then typically we use the upper bound. But anytime you want to add the elements to the collection, you have another keyword. So which is that other keyword you have? See guys, you knew extends and super already. But here I'm explaining it with the generic syntax. Okay. So when I say question mark super E, what does it mean? It means E or its super type. So let me ask you, if you see anywhere list of the type question mark super HR manager, Can anyone tell me what all are the applicable types? What all I can replace it by? I'll repeat the question. Question mark, a super HR manager. Yes. So HR manager, absolutely. It includes the lower bound. And then you have a manager, above manager employee. And you forgot, guys, object. Object is the universal superclass. Exactly. So HR manager or its super type. Okay. And why I'm spending so much time? Because you are going to see this syntax a lot many times in the collection framework. Okay. So that's why. So now let's look at the examples. Examples always make it easier for understanding. So look at this. You remember I have not explained this. I mean, I said I gave you the overall meaning, superficial meaning, but I had never explained this. So I'll give you a minute. Please read that. 1 second. So suppose I say if E is replaced by employee, then you'll understand. Yeah, just read it and I'll explain. Okay, so let's look at it. What is it we are doing? Let me start asking you questions. If you use this constructor, are we creating an empty array list or populated? E or P? It's a populated one. Everyone understands it. So now I'm saying replace E by employee. So you'll start understanding my discussion. So let's say E is replaced by employee. You can replace it by bank account. You can replace it by fruit, anything. Just E by employee. So what it means is you can create array list of type employee from populated array list of type employee from. Now you solve it in two parts. Always solve it in two parts. First part is the data structure type. So what is our DS type? Collection. So can I really populate it from array list linked list vector? You just have to use your is a relationship. Of course, array list linked list vector is a list, is a collection. All good. Can I populate it from any set implementation class? HashSet, LinkedHashSet, TreeSet. Yes, again, because it is a collection. And now come to the generic type. So see this. I want to create a populated array list of employee. So what is the meaning of question mark extends employee? Employee, I can have another, any collection of employee type, or I can also have a collection type, collection of a type, manager, worker, subtype. It will still work. So this is what I was telling you guys yesterday. Question mark offers you a great flexibility. But listen to this. You know, I can always make it interesting by asking you questions. Suppose this was it. It is not the one. It is question mark extend B. But if I say this, would it be correct or would it be wrong? I'm asking you, if this was the syntax, would it have been right or wrong? You apply your instinct, your gut feel and tell me. This would have been correct or this would have been wrong? Answer is, it would have been wrong. So some of you said correct. So for them, most of you don't respond. Guys, you start responding so I can talk to you. I can know you. Otherwise, I don't even know you, like where you are types. Okay. So if this was the case, listen to this carefully. And suppose I'm creating array list of employee. But now here collection. So suppose I choose a collection as a vector. And now question mark is any type. So tell me, do you think it is logical to populate array list of employees from vector of fruits? It's a yes or no question. Absolutely wrong, because employee and fruits are totally incompatible. So tell me again, is this a correct? If this was written, was it correct or was it wrong? Totally wrong. See guys, you understand it from the what do you say, functional perspective. Does it sound right that array list of employees can be populated from collection of any type or only employee and its subtype? I'm sure you can say that employee and subtype. That is where the that is where the upper bound comes in. Okay, so don't make a mistake of saying this would have been all right. This would have been horribly wrong. So extends E. Okay, so now I've got some what do you say questions. You just have to tell me what will happen. When I say what will happen, I just want to ask you Java compiler error or no error. So let me explain the question and then you respond, please. So here I am using some short forms. So here I have got a vector. Okay, before that I should explain the inheritance hierarchy. I don't have to actually. Employee, manager, worker. Below manager, sales manager, HR manager, etc. And below worker, you have temp worker, permanent worker, etc. You'll follow it. Okay. So now, so here I have created an empty vector of manager type. And here I have added some, I have added some 10 manager references. So this is my populated vector of manager. So now here is the question. If I write this, will you get a compiler error or no error? Is the question being asked. So I got one answer. I want more answers, guys. Error or no error? You understand my question? Compile time error or no error? Correct answer is no error. But some of you are thinking that it is an error. So let's help you. Let's check it out. So here, when you say new error list, what does it think like compiler? Be the compiler. So compiler will check what is the data structure type of manager? Vector. What are you allowed to pass? Collection. So what is the check your compiler will do? Is vector a collection? Yes, guys. Yes or no? It is yes. So 1/2 is confirmed. Now it says, what is the generic type of the collection? Manager. And what are we allowed to add? Employee or its subtype. So tell me, is it all correct? Is it as per the requirement or not? It is. Manager is a subtype of employee, and that is why you are not going to get any errors. So no Java C error. Okay, so with first example, of course, there is always a confusion. So now give yourself time and tell me. Again, the question is only here. I'll explain. I'm creating a hash set of HR manager, empty hash set, added something like 10 HR managers references. And the question is on this line, compile time error or no error? Take your time. I'm not in a hurry at all. Now you know how to check, how compiler checks. So do it properly. Correct answer is no error. Absolutely right. So here I'm saying no error. When I say error, I mean Java C error. How do you solve it? I'm doing it for everyone. If I do it 10 times, I'm sure everyone will get it. This is just a second time. Anyway, so here it will check the data structure type. What is the DS type? HashSet. Is HashSet a collection? Yes. HashSet is a set, is a collection. Now you'll understand, guys, why that inheritance hierarchy, why that collection framework overview is super important. All answers are there in a summary form. Anyway, so that is fine. And now what is the other thing? The other thing is you are allowed to add anything which is employee or its subtype. So tell me, what is HR manager? Can I say HR manager is an employee? Yes. So both the rules are fitting. So there is no compiler error. I hope everyone is getting it. And in case you are still confused, don't worry. I've got tons of examples for you because I know it is a little, tricky concept. Yeah. How about solving this? The same question. Last line, compile time error or no error? Let me have more responses. I don't want to see only 10 responses when there are 220 guys logged in. Let's see what you are saying. People are saying error. Very right. So tell me, is it because of the data structure type or is it because of the generic type? D, data structure, G, generic type. Very right. So now solve it with me. So here, error list. Error list is a collection, fine. But it is of the type manager. So guys, when you say manager, manager can be a sales manager is a manager, R&D manager is a manager, HR manager is a manager. So suppose you had added something like a sales manager How can that be added into HR manager? Impossible. So what is the rule? Question mark extends manager. So tell me, what is that? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Question mark extends HR manager. So is HR manager, sorry, is manager a HR manager? No. Manager can be sales manager, R&D manager. So naturally this doesn't fit. So you'll definitely get Java C error, and reason also you should know. So manager is not a HR manager. So in short, it is only HR manager or its subtypes. So of course, clearly manager is not the type. So definitely you have this. Okay, so this is what tells you about the question mark extends. You can also have this extends keyword along with parameterized types. We'll talk about that. So now, before I explain the super and its example, let us look at your yesterday's requirement. Towards the end, we did it. And of course, we did it in a hurry. So what was the requirement? Let me open the tester. The requirement was you have an employee-based hierarchy and you have a method compute salary, which is declared, which is defined. I've not created it as abstract class, so I've defined the method in employee and it is overridden in all the subtypes. That is a given. So what was the question was, I should be able to write or add a method which will invoke the compute salary method for any type of the list. I'm so sorry. I mean, for the employee or its subtype type of the list. So let it be array list of employees. Let it be vector of workers. Let it be a linked list of HR managers. Still, it should work. So is the requirement, is the question clear? I'm saying we were solving it yesterday, where you had to invoke the compute salary method on any type of the list of employees. Okay, so now look at the solution. So yesterday, I don't remember the names. I'm bad in remembering names. So please excuse me for that. So here, somebody had suggested create list of employee type. Okay, so here you will not see any problem. But now you tell me, if this is what you had written, we had written this earlier, if you recall. So if we had written this, okay, there is another one, commented one anyway. So will I be able to pass? You tell me. You just have to tell me yes or no, Boolean question. So for this method, will you be able to pass array list of employees? Yes or no? True or, I mean, yeah, yes or no? Answer is yes. Vector of employees? Vector of employees? Yes. Why you are saying no? Vector is a list. You remember array list, linked list, vectors are all the implementation classes. So vector of employees, fine. Will I be able to pass linked list of employees? Yes, again. But will you be able to pass array list of managers? No. Linked list of, let's say, HR managers? No. Let's say vector of workers or temporary workers, absolutely not. Because here you don't have the flexibility. I told you, inheritance doesn't work in the same manner. So that is where okay, so somebody then was saying like question mark, question mark, T or whatever. So here, but this is complete freedom in the sense what? If you say question mark, then any type. So when I say any type, I will be able to pass the array list of fruits, array list of apples, and apple doesn't have a compute salary method. So what is it we wanted to say? We wanted to give the restricted freedom, restricted flexibility. So will you go for a bounded wildcard this time or unbounded wildcard? Of course, bounded wildcard. And are you requiring to read the information or are you adding the elements to the list? You are reading, you are going through it, you are getting some information, and that is where the upper bound is used. So that is why the full and final form was extends, question mark, extends employee. This also can be rewritten in a parameterized type manner, but currently focus on one thing. Otherwise, you'll feel little lost. So when I say question mark extends employee, what all I can pass? I can pass any list, including array list, linked list, vector, Of which generic type, please? Employee or its subtype. So in this manner, we wrote a method and we added some test cases. For example, I have added 2 test cases. You can add plenty more and you can test it. Okay, so this is your array list of employees, 100% works. Here is your vector of this. Just to complete the story, I'll create another type of a list, so linked list, and let's say a manager. I don't have a manager here, right? Okay, so mgrs new linked list. And here, suppose I say managers.add. Currently, I don't have any constructor arguments and all that. The point is understanding the generics, basically, more generic syntax. Okay, so a couple of managers were added. And then if I say invoke compute salary managers, which are the 2 checks? Of course, you can see that it is working. Working means no compiler error. Run it once and you will see that you can check the last 3 outputs. It is nicely computing the manager's salary. So the point I'm trying to make is you can say control click and you will see it is the linked list is a list. So data structure is all right. And what was the type I had used? Yeah, manager. And manager is an employee. It is a subtype of employee. So doesn't work, doesn't create a problem at all. So this is where we had stopped at yesterday. So tell me openly, honestly, have you understood the meaning of a question mark as an unbounded wildcard? And have you understood the meaning of an upper bound such as question mark extends E or T or whatever? Okay, so yeah, better than yesterday. Guys, all you need is a revision and then you will be all right. And we'll be using it so many times, so don't worry. So if you check your contents, actually, they just want you to understand the syntax, but we are of course going a step ahead and I asked you to write a method. So now let us enter the third keyword in form of a super. So tell me, when you say super along with generic types, what does it imply? Upper bound or lower bound? Super indicates what? Lower bound. So if I say question mark super, let's say T, what does it mean? Question mark super T. What does it mean? What does it imply? What I can substitute? Question mark super T. What all I can substitute? T or its super types. Absolutely correct. So if you say T as a manager, so what is, when I say T, nothing is clear. So let's put it manager and its super type. So what is the super type of a manager? Typically employee. So it is manager also is allowed, employee is also allowed, object is also allowed. Okay, so that is your that is your other things such as super keyword. So now, of course, the example makes it so clear. So if you open the collections class, you can open the Java doc separate parallelly. It contains so many generic methods. So one of the method which you have used so many times is collections.sort for custom ordering. So here, this is the example of super keyword in generics, which places nothing but a lower bound. So today you will get a better clarity with question answers. So which is the method? Take a look at this method and tell me, is it a generic method or is it not a generic method? Simple questions I'm asking. Answers are already there. It is a generic method. Is it because it is having question mark or is it because it is having a parameterized type? T or question mark? It is because of it is having parameterized types. You got it? So here, now I've written so many things already. The first argument. What is the first argument? List of type T. But if you had started directly writing T, compiler would have shouted which T you are talking about. So where does the type declaration fit? Everyone knows that between method modifiers and the return type. Correct? So that is where it fits. So first, first argument is, will you be able to pass list of any type? So let me ask you, will array list linked list vector, if I pass array list linked list vector, compiler error or no error? Answer is definitely no error. So here let me say no error. No error means no JavaScript error. If I pass HashSet, LinkedHashSet, TreeSet, compile time error or no error? 100% error. Because see, you are only allowed to pass a list. And are these lists? No, they are sets. So of course, JavaScript error. And later means tomorrow. Tomorrow means Monday. Don't worry. So here, if I pass something like a hash map, linked hash map or a tree map, compile time error or no error? I hope everyone knows the answer. Map is not even related to collection or list. So 100% you'll get a Java compiler error. Okay. So now I have got so I got the basics cleared. Now I have another question. Now, so data structure type we identified. Data structure type has to be some list, including arrayless linked list vector. Now, can you pass the list of the following types? In short, can I replace T? T is the type of the list, such as customer or a student or whatever, if all these UDTs have not implemented your comparable or comparator. First, give me a chance to explain the question. I said, suppose you have passed a list of type student, okay, student list, a list of students, and student has not implemented, neither implemented comparable nor implemented comparator. So tell me, compile time error or no error? I hope you understood the question. Answer is error or no error, guys. Answer is zero error. See, guys, I am trying to teach you the generic syntax. Here, tell me, think and answer. Are there any rules imposed on type T? Is there any rule at all imposed on type T? There is none. Where it has said T extends comparable or T extends comparator, nothing of the sort. So I can pass any list, zero error. Okay, so survive the first argument. Now, what is the second argument here, you see? So first, let me explain and then I'll ask you the question here. Comparator. So tell me, comparator is what? Interface or a class? Everyone knows the answer. It's a stupid question, dumb question. Of course, an interface. So here, when I say comparator, can you create the instance of the interface as a comparator? Never. So what is the argument is? Instance of the class which implements your comparator interface. That is what you have to supply. Okay. Now I have a proper question. Okay. By the way, you are supposed to solve this. So let me ask you a pointed question. Can I pass comparator of any generic type or are there restrictions? Restrictions or no restrictions? Answer is there are restrictions. So don't answer me which restrictions. I have a question for you. So tell me, listen to the question. So here I have got collections.short, a student list. When I say student list, what I mean is, see this, student is the user defined type which extends from a person. So which is the inheritance hierarchy I'm talking about? Object extended by person, extended by student. Okay. Hold on to that. So now tell me, if I pass the second argument as comp, where comp is the instance of the class which has implemented the comparator of the student type. So in this case, on this line, compiler error or no error? Think and answer. Answer is absolutely no error. Why there should be error? What is the rule? Now I'll ask you, what is the meaning of question mark super T? So T we have replaced by student. So student or its super type. What is the, I'm passing the comparator of student type. So why there should be error? So here the answer is no error. Guys, today is a Saturday. And so you have a lot of lab also, as well as tomorrow also. So definitely go through this sequence very carefully. And best is, try it out. Okay, so that will concrete your understanding. So next one now. So here, now I hope I don't have to explain. Compile time error or no error? 100% there is an error. So why there is an error? Anyone wants to tell me? Compiler error. Why it is? Because, yes, please. Fruit is not a super type. Fruit is neither a student or a super type of a student. So here you'll definitely get JavaScript error because fruit is not student, obviously. Neither, I'll properly phrase my English. Neither a student nor its super type. It just takes you like, focused half an hour to understand all that. And after that, you start feeling comfortable about it. Now, how about this? Compile time error or no error? Answer is no error. Very good going, guys. Why? Because person is a super type of student. Absolutely no error. Next one. No error. Absolutely correct. Why? Because object is a super type. See, guys, you may not use all this. You might keep it as a student. So this. So now, I mean, of course, no error. So here, I mean, it was for the last batch. So you can say yours is a PGDAC. Okay, whatever. EDAC, PGDAC, it's the same. So imagine that PGDAC student is a subclass of a student. Okay. So object, person, student, PGDAC student. So please tell me, compile time error or no error? 100% error. What are you allowed to pass is only student or its super type, and PGDAC student is a subtype. So 100% there will be a compile time error. So here, what is the meaning of question mark super T? It includes the T as well as or its super type. So this is what you can, I mean, this is what is the understanding point. So I have shared some links, more links also I'm planning to share sometime by the end of today. So there's a very good article. So there is something called as producer extends consumer supers. So you can go through that and you can have more understanding, summary of whatever we said. So now here, this was actually a lab exercise, but today also I'm combining, some part, I mean, solve, code along, so solve along with me. So let me start asking you questions. Hopefully you won't find any difficulty there. So please, what is it called? This question, this generic questions, treat it as an important part. Whenever you are preparing for interview rounds or, exams and all, definitely go through that. So now let me explain. And all I'm going to ask you is, when I say legal, I mean compile time error or no error. So I'm just giving you a different hierarchy, a fruit hierarchy. So this is your given. Take a look at given. So of course, above fruit, object is sitting. So object extended by fruit, extended by melon, extended by watermelon. Okay. So now, so this is the input hierarchy, given hierarchy. So tell me, it's the same repetitive discussion. I'm just giving you more and more examples so that 100% of you will understand. Yes, please. Error or no error? Somebody asked me a question. Wait a second. Abhijit's question, let me take. Using extents, we go down the hierarchy. Yes, absolutely. Yes, Abhijit, you're right. Yeah. So tell me, I've missed your answers. Answer is no error. Very right. So quickly, now this time I'll go quickly. Why? Because array list is a list. See this, array list is a list and fruit is a fruit. So here, no error. I'm giving you the answers also. Do take out some time. I think we have a session till 4:30 together, and after that, you are having an extended lab. I exactly don't know the timings, but yes, something like this. So definitely revise all these things. When I say revise, I don't mean just a revision. Copy this in your Eclipse and check whatever we are saying is right or wrong, and tell me accordingly on Monday. Anyway, so next one, please. Question 2. Compile time error or no error? Legal or illegal? Anything you can say. No error. Why? Because array list is a list and melon is a fruit. What is it you are allowed to add? Either a fruit or its subtype. So here also answer is no error. Okay. So the next one, please. It is kind of repetitive. I hope you are finding it repetitive. No error again. And you know the reason. Linked list is a list and watermelon is extending. I mean, fruit or subtype. Watermelon is a fruit. So no error. How about the fourth one? Compile time error, very right. Why? Because vector is a list. So data structure type, no problem. Vector is a list. But can I say object is a fruit? Of course not. Object can be anything, customer, human, whatever. So Java C error because of the, I don't want to write, you find it out. Your fruit or subtype, and object is not a subtype of a fruit. Yes, please. The next one. Fifth question. Compile time error or no error? Absolutely correct. Why no error? Same thing. Error list is a list, so no issues. And what are we allowed? Question mark super melon. So what are the legal choices? Melon, fruit, or object. So here we have got a fruit. So answer is no error. Here. Question mark super melon. So here when I say new linked list, here this is what question mark super melon corresponds to melon itself. So here also I have not supplied, I mean implicitly what your Java compiler will deduce it as melon. So here answer will be no error again. And solve the last one, please. Seventh one, compile time error 100%, because watermelon is a subtype of a melon. It's not a super type. So answer is Java C error, or okay, simply error. So the same hierarchy. And so read this. This I have copied from the question one. Okay, sorry, I should ask you. Is everyone clear with first 7 questions and their answers? No issues, no ambiguity? Great. Now the next set of questions. So here, this hierarchy I've kept the same. So no changes. Fruit, melon, watermelon. That's it. Now, this is which of the following will be legal again, but I have given you a different API. So you can open a list interface as well as a set interface. Basically, it is from collection. And there is a method, and I'll show you from the Java docs. In the collection interface, which is a super interface of that, there is an add-all method. So why don't we take a minute and look at it? So look for the set and list extend from collection. So I'm looking for collection dot add all. Oh. Okay, so this is your collection dot add all. Just have a look at it, please. Here. And first, because anything you see from the Java, it is always best. Same thing I have copied. So here, this is the method of your what? Collection interface. Keep that with you. Of course, it is inherited by list and the set. And here, when I say question mark extends E, everyone knows. Is it placing an upper bound or lower bound? Extends is what? Upper bound or low bound? Upper bound. And what all I'll be able to pass? E or its subtype. Okay, keep that with you. Now start answering my rest of the questions, and then we'll move on to another topic in collection framework as sets. Anyway, so do this. So here, this is the input I have supplied. So now start looking at it first. Line number 1. Compile time error or no error? Statement 1. Answer is no error. Why there should be error? Because list of melon is, error list is a list. And anyone wants to tell me what is the inferred type of the RHS? When I use the diamond operator, of course it is same as LHS, which is melon. Okay, all good. How about this? These are the easy ones. Real questions are not here. Real questions will be from add-on. So again, there is 0 error. Why? Because HashSet. This is also HashSet. I could have said set also. And it is of the type fruit, so no error. And here, these 3 are very easy ones. They are not the real questions. So here also no error. 100% with me. First 3 were just the givens, the inputs. So I have got empty list of melons, empty set hash set of fruits, and empty linked list of watermelons. Okay. Now the questions will start. So if you say melons dot add all fruits, tell me compile time error or no error? The line of question number 4. Now the real questions will start. So whenever you are deciding, let's check this. So here, melon. So go to melon. So what is it? It is a list. Now you are saying fruits. So what is fruits structure, data structure type? HashSet. So is HashSet a collection? It's a Boolean question. Is it a collection? Yes. So no issues. As far as HashSet is a collection. But now check the type. Question mark extends E. So what is a melon type? Sorry. What is melons? It is a melon type of list. And here you are trying to add a fruits. So 100% you'll get a Java C error. Is it because of the data structure type or is it because of the generic type? It is because of the generic type. Since, what is the reason? The first time I'll write everything. Since fruit is not a subtype, is not a melon or its subtype. Okay, so I hope you have understood this. Tell me. Question, oh, sorry, I skipped the one thing. Yes, please. Question number 5, statement 5. Compile time error or no error? Absolutely right, no error. Because, see guys, now you can go faster. Linked list is a collection, so data structure is fine. And watermelons, what is it containing? Watermelon is a melon, so no error. How about this? Question number 6, error or no error? Again, the answer, you are absolutely correct. No error. Why? Because check melons. The type is list, so it is fine. It is a air list, is a list. And you are allowed to add what? Fruit. Melon is a fruit. So it is question mark extends melon. Fine. Extends fruit. So fine. How about this? Compile time error or no error? Again, no error. Because what is it? Linked list is a collection, first half, and watermelon is a fruit. So as you have rightly said, no error. Question number 8, segment 8, error. Everyone knows that fruit is not a watermelon. Guys, think properly. It is not just because of extents and all. It has a logical sense. Everything in object oriented is logical. See this. When you say W melons, I have got a watermelon list. Suppose this was allowed by the compiler. And so here, when you say a set of fruits, I can add an apple, cherry, banana, strawberry. And apple, cherry, banana, strawberry are not watermelons. So then you would have got a class cast exception at the runtime. So compiler detects it easily because thanks to this generic syntax, only it can be a watermelon or its special type or its subtype. So, sorry, this is a error, not error. There will be, of course, a Java C error. And you know the reason, because fruit is not a watermelon. It's not a subtype of a watermelon. And last question, please. I think you will give me all correct answer, 100% this. Same reason. Melon is not a watermelon. I can have the custard melon. I can have another varieties of melons. So it's not necessarily the watermelon. So 100% you'll get a Java C error. So tell me. Three questions I've got for you. Question mark, super, and what is it called? Extends. Are they all clear? All the 3 keywords are clear or not? Very good. So now here there is an acid test. When I say acid test, you know what I mean is confirmation test. So let us solve that, and then we'll actually move on to the next topic. So open with me. Look for collections class, or you can just wait here and you can answer this also. Wait a second. Collections.sort. And the one I'm using is this one. We have used it, but I have not explained the generic part of it. So that is my, that is what we are having. So I'll just add a 3.5 and explain this. So what I'm giving you is the collections class API method, you can say anything. and we're going to understand it word by word. So let me start asking you questions. Okay, so here, the above method uses, first question, this thing, what is it called? Natural ordering or custom ordering? NO or CO? Simple questions to begin with. It's a natural ordering, very right. Uses natural ordering. Okay, so now, so let me ask. So I'm writing the questions so that whenever you are revising, you can read along and you can, you can recall. So can you pass? I'm not formed it, so I'm writing it now. Can you pass as the first argument? I'm giving you array list of student, vector of, let's say, DAC student, or something, HashSet of student, anything actually. Customer. Let me just this linked list. Linked list of, let's say, employees. If student or a DAC student, keep reading the question, or customer or employee has not implemented comparable interface. See, it took me a lot of time to pose the question. I hope you are reading along. So read this, and it is a Boolean question, yes or no. There's no second argument, so as the argument. So tell me, it's a Boolean question. Answer is 100% no, absolutely not. So this is the easy one. But I'm saying you and me can understand it. But how does compiler understand? So answer is the helper to the compiler is generics. So let me start asking you in a very simple or slow manner. Will you call this as is it a generic method or a non-generic method? Answer that fast because it's an easy question. It's a generic one. Because of type T or because of question mark? Because of parameterized type T. Everyone with me. Now tell me, are there any restrictions? Are there any restrictions and all on type T, or can it be any type T? Answer is any type. Wrong answer. Guys, there are restrictions on type T. Okay, you gave me wrong answer. So it is my duty to explain. Wait a second. Here, tell me. This is the method I'm comparing it with. Okay. So tell me here, are there any restrictions on type T, or can it be list of any type? Restrictions on type T or no restrictions? You're giving me exactly opposite answers. Guys, there's a misunderstanding between us. Wait. Let me start properly. Guys, here, this type T is anything you have already answered. If above classes have not implemented comparable or comparator, there is no error. The restrictions are on the type of the comparator. I'll say this loudly and clearly and slowly once again. When you use this custom ordering sort function, are there any restrictions on type T, or are there any restrictions on the type of the comparator? Answer is there are restrictions on the type of the comparator. So if you are sorting a list of customers, the type of the comparator has to be customer or its super type. Understood or lost? I'll repeat it again. In this version, I can pass list of any type. In short, let me speak in a simpler English. Let me say this. Are there restrictions on the first argument or on the second argument? How about this? First or second? Second. Everyone with me? So there's no confusion. Okay. So I asked you in the earlier example, earlier minute, I can pass list of any type. No issues. Only thing that comparator has to be matching one. So for example, if I have created a student list, what should be the type of the comparator? Either it can be a student or it can be its super type. That way we discussed. Got me? Understood me? Zero confusion? Okay. Now let me take you to the next one. And now slowly, think slowly. Here, there's only one argument. So answer the question now. Will I be able to pass? When I say list, arrow list, linked list, vector, yes or no? Will I be able to pass in its place array list, linked list, vector? Yes, because they are all the list implementation classes. But will I be able to pass any type T, such as student, that student, customer, employee, if they have not implemented comparable? Answer is no. So are there any restrictions on type T, or can it be of any type? Restrictions or no restrictions? Everyone agrees. I hope everyone understands it. There are restrictions. And now solve the generic type. So where does the generic type declaration sit? Between the method modifier and the return type. So now this is the one you have to really solve. Okay, so let me take this and let me explain the meaning of it. So the first, let me highlight. So when I say T extends comparable, tell me, extends is what? Upper bound or a lower bound? U or L? Guys, E is, extends is upper bound. So when I say T extends comparable, what it means? T must have, but comparable is an interface. So T must have implemented comparable interface. So T must implement, I'm giving you the meaning of it, the significance of it, must implement which interface? Comparable. So guys, is there a implements keyword in generic syntax? No. So extends itself means either from a superclass or from a interface. It is just meaning the upper bound. So I'll repeat it again slowly. T extends comparable means T must implement comparable interface. So are you clear this much? T extends comparable is equal to T has to be the type, generic type, which has implemented comparable interface. Don't expect this thing. There's no implements keyword here. So now I'm asking you the next question. Hear my question properly. Can this comparable, okay, comparable is a generic interface. So are there any restrictions on the type of comparable? Let me say this, don't answer. Let me say, suppose the type T was customer. I'll repeat my question slowly. Suppose T is customer. So what all can be the type of the comparable? Your choices are customer, student, fruit, object. Customer, student, fruit, object. Answer is customer or object also. Question mark super T. So customer and super type is object. Okay, generally we don't use the super type, but it is allowed. So T must implement comparable interface. And the second rule is the generic type of the comparable interface must be T or its super type. So this is where the bounded types are. This is not a, okay, this is a bounded wildcard, question mark super T. And this is a bounded, this is a lower bounded type, parameterized type. And this is a, I'm so sorry, this is a upper bounded type. And this is your lower bounded generic wildcard. So T or its super type. Don't get lost in the words. Understand the meaning. So this is where you see the most complex one. So the moment you see this, you should understand that you cannot generally pass any type of a list. You need to pass a list which has of a type T, which is implemented comparable of the type, either the same type as the list or its super type. So once again, I'm asking you, is the entire discussion, which has, see, this has got everything. It has got your parameterized type T, it has got extents, it has got wildcard, and it has got a this thing also. What do you say? The super keyword also. Reaching you little bit at least, 5%, 10%. Okay. And here, little later means I don't want to, looking at the time, I'm going to ask you this question in the second half. So here, this once you write this, you will have a much better clarity. But looking at the time, I don't want to write it now. Let whatever I have said sink in. And after lunch break, I'm going to just remind me, or I'll set a reminder here in the lab session. We will solve it. We'll discuss it together in the combined lab session. I'll have this so that we can look at this. And here you will see, I'm telling you with confidence, you'll understand everything about wildcards, the types, upper bound and lower bound. This is a very good example to clarify everything. So this is what we will cover, but as a hands-on practice, just writing a method, but in a second half. So this is what I wanted to discuss regarding the wildcard, unbounded as well as bounded wildcards. With this information, now let us shift to another type of your collection framework. So which is the collection hierarchy we have looked at? Iterable, collection, list, and the list implementation classes. Guys, soon means, of course, there are some topics still pending, but as soon as possible, I want to start your advanced Java. But of course, we have still IO and threads. We used it, Abhijit, so many times to give the flexibility. The whole collection framework API is full of it. So you open the collection framework APIs, and for you to get the flexibility of super types and subtypes, you will use it everywhere. I have given you so many examples. If you're still confused, Abhijit, definitely solve this, and you'll get a better idea to when we use it or where we use it types. So I was saying something, right? I was saying that in advanced Java, after we complete the core Java topics, there are two data structures which we are going to use maximum. One is the array list. That is where I've spent a lot of time. And the other one is a hash map. But the hash map, the word hash map itself says it is based on a hashing algorithm. But understanding hashing algorithm directly with a hash map can be a little tricky. So first I explain sets. That is where today you'll be understanding hashing algorithm inside out. And then I will take you to maps on Monday. That is the plan. So what I was going to ask, yeah, so we are entering the sets here. So first I will discuss everything in sets, and then later I'll take you to maps. So let's look at the diagram. I'll send you this diagram, so you can keep it with you. So just a second, I have got regarding set. Just give me a minute. I'm sending you a diagram so you can open it. And even if I flip the screen, you should still have it. 1 second. So diagrams, no. And this is your regarding set. Just download this and open it, please. Regarding sets.png. It is written in a summary manner. And I'm telling you from with confidence that if you go through this with understanding, you start understanding a lot of things in sets. So have you got it? Can I start the discussion? Okay, so I have not drawn the list part of the hierarchy. Now your focus is on the sets. But to give you the connectivity, I've shown you the other things. So the start is iterable. Iterable is extended by collection, and earlier we were extending the collection by list, and you looked at list implementation classes. Today is the day of sets. So here, so just read this and I'll explain. These are nothing but the set features. So here, when you say, I'm trying to differentiate between list and a set. So you answer, does list allow you adding the duplicates? Can you add the duplicate elements in the list? Very much yes, very right. But will you be able to add the duplicates in the set? Absolutely not. You will see, soon we will start writing examples. Keep your Eclipse ready. Okay, so that you can create the projects along with me and we can test it. I'm going to write very small code sample, not very big samples today. So coming back, if you try to add, there's an add method. So add method will first check whether the same element already exists in the set. If it exists, will it add the element? Answer is no. Doesn't return the duplicates. Add method will return you false. Now the next question. Set extends from collection. So does it add any new additional methods, additional behavior? Absolutely not. But does it modify some of the behavior of the collection? 100% yes. Meaning add method will return true if the element can be added to the underlying set. And if the duplicate is detected, add method returns false. That way the changes. Does list, I'm discussing difference between list and a set. Does list allow you index-based operations? 100%. So the moment I say this, you know, you have a add with index, insert, set, get, remove, index of, last index of, etc. But sets do not allow you, do not support index-based operations. The moment I say this, answer my next question. Will you be able to iterate over the set using a for loop? I said for, using the for loop. Is it possible to iterate over the set? Absolutely not. For requires what? Index, and sets do not allow you index-based operations. So attaching for loop is not possible. But will you be able to attach a for each? 100% yes. Why? Because for each is what? Implicit iterator. And iterator method is present in iterable. So let me ask you, is set iterable? Yes. And whatever is iterable, you can definitely attach an explicit iterator as well as implicit iterator such as for each. Will set allow you to add the null references? It will allow you to add single null reference because duplicates are not allowed. So these are your basic set features. Now come to the implementation types. So which are the three implementation classes? One is HashSet, LinkedHashSet, and a TreeSet. So which is the one which is based on hashing algorithm? The first two. Okay, so let me start from left to right. So what is a HashSet? It is a set implementation class. All of them are set implementation classes. But is it going to, is it a ordered set or unordered set? Meaning, will it remember the order of insertion? Answer, it is unordered. We're going to write it in a couple of minutes example. So if you populate the hash set using add, and then if you display the set elements, do you expect to see the order or is it unordered? O or UN, it is unordered. Will it maintain some sorting based on natural ordering, custom ordering, as in comparable comparator? Answer is no. So remember it in points. Hash set is what? Unordered, unsorted set implementation class. So what is the heart of it? What is it using? It is based upon a hashing algorithm, which we will explain soon. And the heart of hashing algorithm is two methods, hash core and equals. Everything will come to you properly. So this was the little details, small details about your HashSet. So HashSet, remember it as hashing algorithm based set implementation class, which is unordered and unsorted. Now, if you check the Java docs, linked HashSet extends from a HashSet. Linked HashSet is a subclass of a HashSet. So what is it? It is ordered. So it remembers the order of insertion. It internally, additionally maintains a linked list. Okay. So linked HashSet is a ordered but unsorted set. So will you expect to see the order of insertion? 100% yes. So if you want to see no duplicates but the ordered collection, you go for a linked HashSet. And like I said, linked HashSet extends from a HashSet. Now the third part. This I'm just explaining. We'll write the example soon. So set is the super interface. And what is the sub interface of a set? Called as sorted set. So sorted set is not a class. Sorted set is a sub interface of a set. Then there is one more sub interface called as navigable set. You have done, you must be knowing red and black binary trees and red and black trees. So right now I'm not going into that details. Sorted set is implemented by a class called as a tree set. So when you say tree set, is it sorted? Is it ordered, unsorted or unordered? Answer is already explained. Answer is already there. It is not going to remember the order of insertion, but is it going to sort the elements whenever you populate the tree set? 100% yes. So just have a quick recap. HashSet, unordered, unsorted. Linked HashSet, ordered but unsorted. Tree set, unordered but sorted. And now you will see the repetitiveness. Anytime I say or you think of sorting in Java, which are the two ways you can do the sorting in Java? One is natural ordering, which is all based on comparables compare to method. And the other one is custom ordering, which is based on a comparator. So when you discuss the tree set constructors, you will see there are two tree set constructors which allow you, some of the tree set constructors allow you the natural ordering and some of them are based on custom ordering. So when I come to that, we will discuss the tree set and its constructor in details. So this was just a diagram to give you the overview of the sets. So now let us get started with our first code sample of today, where we will create, I have already written it in the sequence. So what we are going to do next is, we are going to start with a HashSet, the first implementation class, and we are going to start with a HashSet of a type such as, let's say, strings. Okay, strings, integer, anything. You can have strings, integer, as in Java types. And then we will replace the Java data types pre-built or built-in Java data types by a UDT, user-defined type, and then we'll observe and conclude. So that is the plan for next whatever hours, I mean next half an hour or whatever. So please open your IDE and let's start with our first example of today. So I'm creating it as D15.1. You please label it as D15.1 theory or class or something. Tell me whenever you are ready, we'll start writing. Okay, so first we are going to just understand the working of a HashSet. This is going to be a set. So SRC, click on SRC. Let's have the class. Just a second. So create a package by the name of sets. And here we'll say test, let's say string set. Okay, so here create empty HashSet to store string type of references. Always start your code with a comment so you will know what is to be done and all that. So here I have not explained the HashSet constructors. The default constructor we are going to use, because purposefully I have not done it because I have yet to explain the hashing algorithm and all that. So let's say HashSet type of string, and here I'll say strings or string set equal to new HashSet. Again, there is something called as capacity, initial capacity and load factor. All of it will become clearer later. But I can ask you one thing, or I can give you one thing. Yes, anyone wants to tell me. When this line is executed, what will be the size of the set? 0 or non-zero? Of course, 0. Everyone understands it. Because we have not added any references. And there is something called as initial capacity. So there is an initial capacity of 16. But what is that initial capacity will become clear when I explain the hash table. So, and there is a very important factor called as load factor. So the default value of load factor is 75%, which is 0.75. But right now, don't ask me questions on this because I have yet to explain a lot of things. This is just to give you some information. More on this shortly. And now I'm saying, I'll just add a SOP. All you are going to tell me is what will be the output. So give me a minute. I can send you also this code in a minute. Something. I'll send you this code so that you don't have to type it actually. Oh. Okay, so you may not have finished typing. I'll send you the code in a minute. But first answer the questions. So just take the cursor over the add method and you'll see adds the specified element to this set if it is not already present. Okay, so you know that, and returns true if the element is added, otherwise returns false. So with this information, can anyone tell me what it will print? Added true or added false? Just true or false? Of course, true. Everyone gets me? So this is true here. Tell me, how about this? True or false? Easy questions. True. How about the PQRST? True. True. And here, what it will be? The last one, false, because there's a duplicate element here. So anyone wants to tell me what will be the size of the set? There's a size method, same inherited from collection. What will be the size, guys? Count it. Of course, the size will be 4. The moment you said it is not added, so nothing difficult. And here, do you expect to see any order or no order? In short, do you expect to see ABC, XYZ, PQRST, ZTR and all that? So it will be unordered. And do you expect to see any sorting, such as, first A, then P, and then whatever? Is it X, Y, Z, and Z? Yeah, so nothing. So it is unsorted output. Okay. So let me send you, I'll send you in a minute. So you can see that. You check this. You have a code here, you have an output here. So all first 4 things were added true, then added false. Size of the set is 4. And you tell me, is it remembering the order of insertion? No. Ordered or unordered? Unordered. Is it sorted? It's not sorted. So this is your unordered, unsorted, I'll say set implementation class. This is what is the first thing. Give me a minute. I'll send you this code so that you don't have to waste your time. In case if you've already done it, fine. But otherwise, take it from here, no problem. Give me a minute. Day 15.1. Okay, something else wrong I sent you. I don't know what I sent you. Wait a second. I wanted to send you this sets. Yeah, I've sent you test string set. Okay, ignore the first one. I think I sent you some hidden file .class path or .this. Ignore that. Please open test string set.java and I'll give you a minute. You tell me, has everyone confirmed that no duplicates and it is an unordered, unsorted set implementation class? Take your time and let me know. You understood what is to be confirmed? Confirm that there are no duplicates and there is no order maintained. There is no sorting also. Done. Why size 4? Abhijit, just now we said this. Come on, where is this? Here, XYZ. XYZ is what? Already existing. So the element, you did not run it, looks like. The duplicate element will be added to the set or will not be added to the set? Tell me, Abhijit. It won't be added to the set. So how many elements you have actually added? 1, 2, 3, and 4. That is why the set size is 4. Understood me, Abhijit? Okay, great. So now let us start. Let's do something more. So let's use your searching method. So I hope you remember contains. So contains is the inherited. This is all easy stuff. Real work will start little later. Inherited method from collection interface. So I'll just write something and you can tell me what is it is going to. I'm just checking exists and here I'll say string set dot contains and let's say here something easy one. Yes, please. What is it going to return? Everyone remembers contains method. It is for searching whether the element exists or not. Of course, it is going to return you false. So check this, please. So exists, false. And here, if you give something which really exists, such as XYZ, it is going to return you true, saying the element exists. Are we clear? This we had done it so many times in your list. So I hope you are finding the basic API easy. Trying to remove the element. So I'll just add that. Removed. It returns you a Boolean. So let me say string set dot remove. Let's say XYZ. Guys, anytime you are confused about the API, how it works, you just have to take the cursor there and you read. Removes the specified element from this set if it is present. So tell me, is XYZ present in the set? Yes. So will it be removed from that underlying set? Yes. And in that case, what will remove method return? It will return true if the element is present in the set and if it can be removed. So this will definitely return you true. And if you SOP the set again, you will see the XYZ element gone. So as you can see, the removed exists if the element existed. You can say once again. I hope you're understanding the basic API. This time, of course, it is going to say XYZ is not present because we have removed the element. I'll wait for a minute. You sync up. So the additional methods are, you already knew them, so I'm not wasting too much time here. Contains for searching, remove, and checking it once again. Do it and let me know. Done? Great. So I hope you are doing it with understanding also. Removed and all is done. Adding is done. Removing is done. Okay. I have a question. Will you be able to attach for each to the set? It's a Boolean question. You already know the answer. I just want to take this. Answer is yes. Why? Because set is a iterable. Iterable contains iterator method and implicit iterator is for each. So let's do that. Let's confirm all these things best to be confirmed. For each strings s in string set. SOP. Yes. I'll just put it on the same line. Remember print method. Print is print on the same line. And let me give a I'll be sharing this in a minute once I complete the whole thing. Printing set contains user for each. And then I have a question. Will you be able to attach iterator to the set? You finish, you take your time. There's no hurry. So just finish this first, these 3 lines, and then I'll ask you the next question. Read it. Done. 15 number lines output. 15. What is 15? String size 4. It has to be size of the set. I don't know what inputs you have given. So it should be 4. Okay, actually, fine. I thought something wrong with my side, on my side. No problem. So here, answer the next question. Have you finished this? Have you attached a for each and tested? Done. Okay. So now, answer the next question. Can you attach explicitly the iterator? Answer is yes again. So here the answer is yes. So I'll give you a example. I'll give you the requirement. Remove the elements having string length greater than, let's say, something greater than 3. So I have a question for you. So you have to remove all the elements of the set having string length greater than 3. So first tell me, you can change just the code here. So you can add if you want. Okay, anyway, let me not waste your time. So which element should be removed? These are the elements in our set now. So which element should be gone? It's an easy question, easy answer. Yes. So the only one PQRST should be gone. So I'll give you a minute. So give me this code. I want you to remove all the elements of the underlying set having the length of the string greater than 3. The clue is iterator API. In iterator, there is a remove method. So I'll wait here for 2-3 minutes. Try it out. Otherwise, in 5 minutes, I will join you. Question, I hope, is clear. I'll give you the hint. Hint is iterators remove method. So you do a little bit of reading of your Java docs and you solve it. I am waiting here for 5 minutes. Okay, anyone ready? Anyone trying? Let's do it together. So open the HashSet. Everything you try to do it with the with this iterator. No, Akshata, you have a problem. Try doing it. Oh, you're trying it. Okay. I'll wait more. Fine. I'll wait more. You tell me whenever like you are ready. I can start explaining then. Okay, you are trying. No issues. I thought you're done this. Do. No pressure. Done? No. Kunal, you are wrong. No array. Why array? There is a hash set here. Shubham, show me your solution. Put it on the chat. I will check. No. You try this one. Rajiv, you try your solution and tell me. You run it and tell me what happened. So here, I'm checking your solution for iterator. Iterator has next. For each, you don't require directly iterator, Shubham. You don't want that for each. You just directly use this. What is it called? Iterator method. While will do. You don't require all this. It is little simpler your code can be, but you are on the very right track. Rajiv, you have a problem in the code. I'll do something. So let's people are trying it. I can see that. Let me do it with her. What will happen if you try it with for each? Let's try doing this. So for each string s in string set. It's an interesting discussion. If s dot length is, I said, greater than 3, string set dot remove s. Okay, so try this and then set after remove. Okay, so try. I don't know what you are doing here. So here you are seeing this. Check this out. So here, after remove, it says ABC and this. So printing the contents after here. But I had explicitly told you, is everyone clear? What is it I'm showing? So here, yeah. So people are, some of you are giving me the answers. Here, see this. You are here have a for each. If s is length than s dot length, so you know already what we had earlier. So you had all these. And here, after remove, this we had already removed. So set after remove is ABCZTR. But I wanted to test your understanding about your, what is it? Iterator. So this I'm not allowing you. So this is fine. So comment it. And now guys, you stop whatever you are doing. If you have already done it, very good. Some of you have done it correctly, but I wanted your understanding of iterator. So step 1, now I'm solving the original question. So what is the first step? Attach a iterator. Okay, so we have attached the iterator here. So we have not used iterator, so I thought of it as a good example. So ITR, and which is the method? The method name starts with lowercase I. So here string set dot iterator. So step 1 is over. So tell me, those who have not tried it, is the first step clear? Attach the iterator. Waiting for the response. First step is clear. Now, how do you use the iterator? I said don't use for each. I had explicitly given. So I wanted you to do with the iterator. So iterator has 3 methods. has next, next and remove. So you you don't know how many elements are there. So I'm just using itr dot has next. That is why I suggested someone don't use for each. So while iterator dot has next, now you have to check. So if itr dot next, here now it is returning the next element. So that next element is what? String dot length if it is greater than 3. So then it means you have come across the string element having the string length greater than 3. So what do you want to do? You want to remove the element. So iterator has a method remove. You don't require any elements. So you simply say iterator.remove and the element will be removed. So this is what was the expected code. This is what was the question asked. So go over the entire iteration, check whether there is an element at all. When you say itr.next, the iterator passes over the element, returns you the element next to the iterator position. Then you are checking the length and then you are calling the remove method. So here, let me print the set after remove. So you can see that the set after remove is containing only those elements or only those strings which are having the length either 3 or less than 3. I mean, the one which is greater than 3, PQRST, has been removed. So I'll wait here for 2 minutes. Try this out. You let me know whenever you have tried it. Then we'll go to the next part. Done. Very good. I'll wait for another minute or so. Try this just as a recap, just as a revision of your working of iterators. Done. Very good. So this is what is all expected. Everything is like fine. So now let us try to replace the type. Okay, before I say the next thing, what is the generic type of the set here? String. Is it a user-defined type or is it a built-in type? U for user-defined, B for built-in. String is what? Built-in type or user-defined type? It's a built-in type. So now let us try to add the what is it called? The hash set with what? With your non-built-in type, user-defined type, and then we'll conclude. But before that, I'm just checking. Okay, anyway, I think you will understand this. So guys, I hope everyone has finished it. Let us create a simple employee which has ID, name, salary, and we'll test it out. So start with me. Or if you want, I can give you this employee class. It's a two-liner means a simple one I'm keeping. So here employee just for understanding purpose. And let me add a here. I'm purposefully adding the employee ID as string. You'll understand all of that later. Name, string employee name, and the salary. Please keep it in the same manner. So you will see it will understand it in the correct manner. So this is fine. And generate a constructor and a toString. Oh, my mistake. Okay, I'm sending you this so that share the previous code. Okay, I'll share the previous code in a minute, Nilesh. Give me a minute, okay? I'm sending you that. Nilesh, this is that test string set I'm sharing first. So that is here, and the employee also I'm sending so that we'll be on the same page. Okay, so I'll wait here for a minute. You tell me whenever you are done. Got both of them? Okay. So now let us try creating a hash set, but this time of the type employee. Okay. So here, go to the sets folder and let's create a tester here. Test employee set. Okay. And here, I'll give you what is to be done. Create empty hash set to store. Earlier, we were storing the built-in type references, the UDT references, to store employee type of references. So initial part is the same, hash set. E will be replaced by employee. So employees to new hash set. Okay. And I'm creating something. If you want, I'll definitely share you this code, or you can write it also. I mean, it's not a big deal at all. New employee ID, let's say, okay, R&D. Okay. Salary. Let me give you all this in a minute. And here I'm saying these are the real questions. Don't run it. I want your output without you running it. EMPS add even. Let me just finish this code and I'll share. Okay, so even E2, E3, E4. Here I'll say same things I'm asking. Size of the set. Size. And I just want to display. So I'll attach a for each. I'll send you this. Okay. So stop typing for a minute. I'm going to share this code with you. I want your answers first. So here we have created an empty hash set with size 0. Pause your typing. I'll give you time to type, or I'll give you the code also. Important things are being discussed here. So give me your time. So empty hash set with size 0, initial capacity 16, and there's something called as load factor, which you'll understand later, of 0.75. These are couple of employees, as you can see. Okay, so now start answering here. What do you expect to see? Added true or false. Please don't run it. You just tell it without this. So true. Answer the next question. Here, true or false? True. Here, true. So they are pretty easy. And the last one, please, true or false. So you expect the answer to be false, but here is a big surprise for you. You're going to see the answer as true. Okay. So this is that why this is what we'll start with the whole understanding, guys. That is what makes collection framework and everything so interesting. And the moment you say for this, size should have been 3, but size is going to be 4. And here, sorry, you are definitely get to see the duplicate contents. Okay. So, and then you start wondering what is happening. And then we sit back and we understand the whole thing. So first, let me just run it for you and check whether what we said is correct or not. So the first 3 were anyway simple. But what is a surprise? The fourth element, the duplicate element was also added happily. What is the size of the set? As you can see, It is 4. I'll just maximize it so everyone can see that. And tell me, is it maintaining the duplicates or is it removing the duplicates? Are there any duplicates here? Answer is yes, it is. It has nothing to do with the references and all that. If you're saying that references are different, or it's not references, it is the objects are different. I'll ask you to rewind. Just give me a minute. I'll send you this code first. Duplicates are not allowed in the sets, and it is still allowing the duplicate. That is what is the real confusion. So I'm sending you this. So those who did not write it, have a look. And those who are saying that reference is an object, let me do here some things. See this, what I'm doing. Okay, I'll copy this. I'll send you this also, don't worry. Because some of them are thinking that because of some reference and object, it is not happening. So let me change this. Keep observing, guys. Let's do this. I don't want the rest of it. Just observe. Don't try to type along because I'm typing it a little faster. You focus. So that otherwise, you will be unnecessarily like wrongly having this. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to make it exactly the same. Because some of you got me a bit different this X, Y, Z, then it's something. And ABC again. And here S1. S4. Oh, I've got one more. Something. This doesn't matter. I'm not looking at your response. Just give me time. I'm just trying to say some things. ABC. And here added S5. And here, so now just have a look. Stop your coding. I'll tell you, I'll give you time. Anyway, we are approaching the break time. So here I have created. Do you remember, by the way, our discussion on literal string or non-literal string? Where there is a compiler error. Okay, there's a compiler error here. Sorry. Yeah, thanks. So here, look at my problem. Okay, so all good. Not still all good. Now all good. Okay, so I hope you remember this. So here, I have actually created a non-literal string objects, right? So here, now start answering the important question. So what will be the output here? You have to tell me quickly, true or false. Answer is, let me see, let me keep your chat things also here where I can see true. Okay, so others are fine. You just tell me what will be the answer here, line number 21, true or false. So here it is going to be false correctly. Okay, and here the size of the set will be 4. And here you will see no duplicates, unordered, unsorted set implementation class. Okay, I'm going to share this code with you. So check this. So those who are thinking you are adding references somewhere, you are adding the strings and all, for them, this was the exercise. Okay, so I'm sending you this code also. And we are taking a 15 minutes break here. And definitely go through all this. So before taking a break, I'll just highlight. We were adding the string type of objects, but collection is collection of references. So when I was adding a string type of references, is your HashSet detecting the duplicates? It's yes or no, Boolean question. Is it working correctly? Yes. But the moment we started adding our employee, our UDT type of references, is it detecting the duplicates or is it not detecting the duplicates? It is not detecting the duplicates. In short, is it working correctly for employee or not working correctly? Answer is not working correctly. So this is where I hope I have shared everything so far. So this is where we take a break. So 12:02. So we'll meet at 12:20. You think over it. And then what we will begin is nothing but a famous hashing algorithm in Java, where you'll get all the answers. So let's have a actually 18 minutes break and we'll resume at exactly 12:20. So do join back in time so that you don't miss anything at all. Okay. See you at 12:20, please.